Hi, welcome to Bakes and Blenders. I'm Colleen, and today I'm going to try to make an Oddish, a little Pokemon, out of fondant. So let's see what happens.
And hey, guys, just so you know, I am Luigi. Also, we don't have green fondant. We're using gum paste.
That's right. We're going to be using green gum paste to make the leaves that come out of Oddish's head. And then I'm going to combine some pink and blue fondant, hopefully, to make Oddish's body. You ready to get started?
Oh. Yep. Also, make so if you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you do not like it, you get this, okay? So hit the subscribe button and the bell button.
I really hope you like it, but that's right. You do want them to hit the bell. Thank you for reminding them, Ben.
I had to.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's get started. All right, so I have my gum paste. It is a little light for me. I used this to make the leaves for my gum paste peonies, and I'll put a link below. I'm gonna add a little bit of juniper green to darken it up.
Yeah, so all we have to do is roll it up.
Yep, I'm gonna knead the color in. Okay, now I'm gonna try to roll this into a ball. It doesn't have to be a perfect ball, we're just gonna be rolling it out in a minute.
Because we have to put it in a ball.
Yeah, it just helps. Okay, so now we're gonna roll it out.
I need it, guys.
So we're just gonna roll this out nice and thin. These are gonna be the little leaves that go on top of his head. So as thin as possible would be best. Gum paste will dry out a lot quicker than fondant and a lot firmer, which is why we're using it. But you also want to be careful to work quickly, otherwise it'll get too dried out while you're working with it. So I'm using a little leaf cutter. It's not perfect, but it's works well enough. I hope it works well enough. Even then, I think that looks a little fat. Let's try. I'm going to use this to draw out.
That looks better.
Yeah, that looks better. So let's try making more of those. So I am just going to cut out a bunch of these.
Oh, yeah.
Oddish
nice.
is a plant.
Pokemon?
Yes, he's a plant Pokemon. But the nice thing about nature is nature, not that Oddish is truly part of nature, but nature is imperfect by nature. So it's okay that I don't have
a lot of leaves.
Yeah, well it's okay that I don't have
the right shapes.
Yeah, the right shape cutter, because
I
leaves
think
are
this
all a
cutter
little bit different.
Is the best. I think it's more soft.
You think so? Now what you can't see is off to the side, I have my laptop out with Oddish on it, so I can look at him for inspiration. And I mean, just go ahead and cut out as many leaves as you can. It does not hurt to have extra leaves. I'm not entirely sure how many I'm going to use. I'm just gonna lengthen and thin out his leaves just a little bit. Now I'm going to just draw a little crease down the center. Now Oddish, his are all a little bent, so I'm just putting it face down in this bowl so that the tip is going back. Okay, so I've got all my leaves. They're upside down because we want them to be bending back and just up against the edge of the bowl to give the tips a little bit of a bend.
Also, make sure you don't eat all of them.
Yeah, so we're just setting those aside to dry. Okay, so I've got about twice as much blue as pink because I think he's a little bit more blue than pink. Now these are both quite bright, so I have a feeling that I will be mixing in some color. So that is actually still quite blue.
Yeah, it's dark blue.
So I think I'm actually gonna mix in like a drop of purple. Let's get that. I don't know what one drop of purple is gonna do. Hopefully it won't turn it completely. That's not purple?
No, it's
Oh no,
black.
it's black. No, it's really purple, don't worry.
No, it is black.
Well, it's
Look
just
at
very
it.
concentrated. So I'm hoping that this just turns it
Into a piece of spaghetti sauce.
still blue, but just with a little bit more purple. Whenever it gets a little sticky, just do your little poof. Mine is a 50-50 mixture of cornstarch and powdered sugar. No, it's not done mixing, but I do think that the color is looking a lot better.
Like Oddish.
Yeah. I think that's a good color for Oddish. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm just pinching off a small amount of fondant. This
So
is
like
gonna
you
be
need-
his body.
Yeah.
Now, get your leaves in there and kind of hold it up to see how it compares in size.
Yeah, make sure you really do have a pixel of Oddish. Put
So
them on.
this is the size of the ball that I'm using. It's what? I don't know, about an inch in diameter.
Make sure you use Oddish.
Now, if you watched my Jigglypuff tutorial, this is kind of similar because he's mostly a ball. And check out link below for the Jigglypuff tutorial.
By the way,
So I decided on his front, and
you have to get your big toothpicks out for your
Yes.
leaves.
so I am going to first make his eyes. We'll
There's
make
the
little
red
holes.
Cinco.
So those are his little eyes
Hey, let's use the Cincos.
and his
like
mouth.
mouth. Oh, Mom, I got a good idea.
What's that?
We can use the Cincos for his eyes.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, we just need like 2 Cincos. Okay?
So I know right now it looks a little goofy, but that is Oddish's head.
So we all we have to put is the Cincos in.
Okay, so I have these little
Diamantcos.
non-pearls, I think they're called. Yeah, these little red sprinkles.
Yeah, they're Cincos because you basically eat them.
And I feel like they might make good eyes. So there we go. He's got his little eyes in. Okay, so for his tongue, I have a little piece of pink, but I'm gonna add a smidge of red, not a full drop because that would be a lot for this tiny piece, but just a little smidge to darken it up a little. Pink with just a little smidge of red, and I think
It looks red.
yeah, doesn't that look good?
Yeah, it looks pretty red. It is red, by the way.
It is red. It looks really awesome.
And
Okay.
it looks.
Now I am gonna wash my hands real quick before I touch Oddish because I don't want to turn him weird colors.
Yeah.
So 1 second. All right, my hands are a little cleaner, and we are just going to take a small
Piece of
Piece.
shenanigans.
piece of shenanigans.
Yeah, because they basically in fans they call fun and shenanigans. Eat.
Look how tiny that is. It's so little.
Eat,
All right, we are just gonna pop that in there.
Ball.
Even that I think is too big because we just want it on the bottom half of his tongue. We don't want his entire mouth.
Yeah,
to be-
because then he'll be a sausage then.
And just press that down into it. Okay, now we're going to put Oddish aside for about an hour before we come back to make his feet. Okay, so I've got some of that blue fondant we created at the beginning. I don't have any leftovers for you yet, Ben.
Tell me.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll it out to a nice log. So I did like 1/4 of an inch for these two, and these are gonna be his feet. and another little ball. Now I'm gonna roll it into an oval. Just flatten it out. So there's his first little foot. Okay, so he's got 2 little feet right now. We need to attach his feet to some little itty bitty legs. So I'm gonna do another 1/4 inch section, and I'm actually gonna roll it out into a longer log, and then this end just gonna flatten with my blade, because that is going to be what connects to his foot. Okay, I am going to use a little bit of clear piping gel.
No, you need to wear pencils.
And I'm just going to attach it back there. Okay, so that sticks. Good. Some more piping gel. Now this could work with water maybe, or edible glue. Okay, now I am going to set these aside to dry for about an hour before I try to add them to my oddish. Okay, so he's been chilling for a while. It's actually kind of hard to get them to stay flat in the right position. So I'm flattening his legs a lot because his body is going to sit on top of those legs, okay? Oh, that is looking good. I love it. Okay, so you could use water. I'm going to use piping gel just because I just really want to make sure he sticks kind of all over the area that I flattened. That way anywhere it touches onto the body, it will stay put. I'm just kind of pressing them down onto it. All right, and I'm gonna let that sit for a few minutes, then I'm gonna flip him over and press his legs in a little further. Lift him up and just make sure that his legs are attached real well. And now I'm gonna let him dry for another hour before we try to attach his leaves. So Oddish is pretty set. Look how adorable he is. I just love it. I'm gonna choose 5 of my leaves that look the best. So I've got 5 leaves.
How about those ones?
These ones I'm gonna set aside in case I need them. So in case something happens, I've got these other leaves. So I think I'm gonna glue these together kind of like this. So I think I'm gonna do this big fat one in the very front. And then we'll do some of the longer skinny ones behind. I'm just gonna try to figure it out before I do it. This is clear piping gel. Now I'm gonna take these 2 leaves and I'm gonna have them meet at the base. Probably let that sit for a minute. So now I'm gonna put the other 2 leaves on the back of this. And I'm just going to have them meet at the base. But we're gonna let that dry for a few minutes, maybe like 5 minutes. Okay, so just to recap, we've got Oddish here. He's looking good. And we've got his leaves. They are glued together. Now it comes down to a point right now, so I'm just gonna trim that off to make it flat so that we can put it right on top of his head. You don't want to take off too much at first because you obviously can't put it back. And now I am going to dust on a little bit of color dust. Now comes the part that I'm I'm least excited about is actually putting the leaves on his head. So I've got my clear piping gel, got my little brush. I'm just kind of pressing it on, holding it on. Can't believe he came out so great. Oh no! So hold it on a little bit longer. Oh my goodness. Look how adorable this little Oddish turned out. He's so cute. I love those little eyes. Using the sprinkles was a really cute choice. Now I hope you get to try this. If you do, please share a picture on Facebook or Instagram and tag @BakeSomeBlender so I can see your hard work. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like and maybe go ahead and subscribe and click that bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Okay, now have fun playing around in your kitchen, baking and crafting fun cake decorations and whatnot.